Short and sweet. It's not really a daily inspiration. It's just my thoughts. You're gonna have to go back later and watch it to see where I'm at. But it's just my thoughts as a black man on the Tyreek Hill situation. Now, I was able to watch what happened watching Shannon Sharp and Cinco on the nightcap. And they posted that video this morning, so I was able to see what that happened. Watch the video cam because I trust Shannon Sharp on that. Don't agree with everything that Shannon Sharp does, but I'm not going to speak unduly against him. But he that up there on his platform and he spoke on it, and I agree. And his comments were simply as this: watching the tape, you can see how the officer was acting within his grounds. Tyreek supposedly had been speeding, don't know if he was or not. But when the officer pulls you over and you got tinted windows on your vehicle and you give him the license and registration, common sense and it's also the law, you cannot impede the law everywhere. You cannot impede the officer's vision of the occupant inside the car. So the tinted windows, which were limo tint, and we know why they're limo tint, not for the incident. They were limo tint out. He is who he is. And sometimes when he's not playing the game or not doing whatever he's doing in life, and he wants to be alone, he needs to have that anonymity. So he has his windows tinted, so people won't be following him home or harassing him. He's a very prominent person, sports star. And shouts out to Tyreek. Take this as constructive criticism. You let the window back up for whatever reason. I don't know your intention. It wasn't wise. You should have let the window down because you know your window is tinted. Especially after they repeatedly knocking on the window. The first time he knocked, you should, okay, let me move the window down. For number one, y'all know you can't see me in here. Number two, it's possible whether it was another black man, Spanish man, white man. He feels some kind of way that you in the McLaurin going into a game or who you are, and he's on a motorcycle at work. That's people, black people, white people, Spanish people. We all have that in common. Get envious. Everything. So with that being said, common sense said, let the window down so he can see me. For whatever reason, you didn't, and it escalated. Now, as it escalated, yes, I do agree. The officer went above and beyond what he could have done. He asked to get out the vehicle. Hey, stand, put your hand on the vehicle, man. Since you won't let the window down, get out the vehicle now. Stand right here while I go do my license registration. While you do your license registration. Totally within grounds. The stuff that he did, totally not necessary. The other officers telling the guys to get in their vehicles and leave, I can see how that hindsight why they would do that. You don't want to get a crowd scene, mob scene. So they just tell, hey man, get in your vehicle and go. We're gonna handle this situation. But then they're thinking, based on what has happened in the past with black men getting pulled over by officers, it goes real south. Because by no means traffic stop should you lose your life, even if you are being belligerent or disrespectful. But you got what gets me is that people seem to forget that you're still dealing with a human being. He's not perfect because they got a police uniform on. They are not perfect because you cannot tease somebody and be perfect because they got a piece of cotton on, this blue or brown or whatever the cop colors is. I don't know why. What are y'all thinking? That these are perfect people because, oh, you can't do this because you're a cop. Well, they're a human being. And human beings will do what human beings do when they have power. Don't never forget that part. Humans, will do what people do when they have power over you. Fact. Sometimes they might exert it, sometimes they might not. So stop thinking just because, oh, he's a cop, he can't do this. Why? Joker eating shit like you do. Go through the same shit you do. Excuse me, cussing. Now, MBE always looks to try to see the underlying meaning by stuff, and it may not have been the underlying motive at the stop. But I'm gonna give you something to think about because that's what I do. Let's say that this is racially motivated. Let's get y'all opinion, even though these are Spanish officers. Let's say he's targeted because he's black. Let's take that position. Let's take that position. Take Tyreek Hill out of it. Take the and I just take the position. Don't take it, leave him in it. Just forget him as Tyreek Hill. When I say take him out, just take him as a black man. The cop. Cop's not black though. We on this side, and a few people say, man, we're trained and taught by our fathers or mothers, hey man, you get stopped by the police. Act here, act accordingly. Because it could cost you your life. Why do we have to do that? My underlying cause, what I believe is, let's look back to this music. Let's look back to this culture. In the hip hop culture, which is espoused by Radio One, which controls every black radio station from the East Coast to the West Coast, plays music, creates stars, artists. They're pushing music and a narrative about me as a drug dealer, pimp, gangster, hood, thug in the music. Under the banner of entertainment. And no other genre music are these images being pushed upon Spanish men, white men, Asian men. But in my music, you don't see me as a responsible businessman, father, devoted husband, daddy, caring brother, caring uncle, responsible citizen. Ain't none of those images being portrayed for me. You bob your head to it and go into your happy. In fact, we got award shows where we give guys that call themselves dogs, killers. And for you jokers, they gonna get this and see this. Oh man, here you go with that mess. Well, let me tell you something. 489-017-019, 13 straight to the dough. 489-17-019, 13 straight to the dough. Break, penitentiary. Not a low, Clifford Harris. What it was really at. Don't have a 5K, don't have a Rule K, or 5K, Rule 5, none of that. Just to the dough. Did mine. So I can speak on this side with impunity. I see I see the underlying cause. So there may be other race in America based on our music alone. Just based off our music alone. I'm gonna get to something else. But just based off our music alone, you say represent me and give it this title culture. Doesn't portray me as anything responsible, caring, devoted, loyal, none of those traits. None of them reflect me. And we got award shows where we give awards to people that espouse that lifestyle, and y'all call it entertainment. These same artists send their kids to private school, where they very music gonna send your kids to the grave or to the penitentiary. It's gonna suggest it for them. Oh, we just telling our story. We've been telling that story since 1991. I'm 51. I'm glad now that they don't give these artists large sums of money. They say you get your money on streams and sing and dance and go on the little shows. The Vaudeval show all over again. Face, but it's your face. Then you get some of them, and they come out with movies, shows. Very popular show in America. Stars made one guy very successful. He's gloating, living off of it. The show Power, and then spin off Ghost. Portrays tells the story of a black man married to a black woman who commits the black man commits adultery, leaves his wife and child for another woman. He is a business owner who started his business through drug sales. He didn't work his way from nothing to something. He started by selling death to his people, and that's how he had money. That's the character. This, the whole show, first season, whatever the season was, culminates with the son killing the father. With the black son killing the father. Y'all call this entertainment. Then they spin the show off of the black son who never gets charged for his actions. Now he is in college, selling drugs, committing murder, taking care of his mother with no father. In both shows, the black man is weak. He doesn't identify with he doesn't identify none of the characteristics that will make any man in any other race respect him. It coincides with the music. Black man, if he is a business owner, he probably drugs. We give award shows to people that supposedly were hustlers on the street. Now they're artists. Give award shows to people supposedly were drug dealers on the street, and now they're millionaires and artists espousing a lifestyle that doesn't reflect 85% of America. I got plenty of friends that didn't go my way of life. Started businesses. PPF Power Performance in Cumming, Georgia. I grew up with Richard Camp. His son Jaden Camp plays in NFL. He didn't take my course of life. Now he has a business. He had a best friend. He has a business, truck driving business. He didn't take my course of life. We all grew from the same impoverished beginnings. I had to go the long way to get here. They didn't. The music doesn't reflect them. This business owner hasn't this show. The business owner he got his business through drug sales. Bought a club through drug sales. So that you got America feeling that if a black man got some business successful, he probably drug money. He ain't work hard and that ain't in their character. Then you got the spinoff where you got the son. He's in college. Now you doing two things. Then the black man that owns a business. He probably got through drug sales, and then the son he probably selling dope too. This is the image you putting forth of America talking about his entertainment and sitting there with that veneer grin, coon. Putting on who you want to put on, long as they don't call you out on it. Fat Not Fiction. And they patting you on the back. Yeah, man, you doing good. You a producer. Make the most money. Woo, woo, mama. Yeah, you doing, yeah, you sitting there chinning and grinning. Your smiles so hard you got creases on the side of your face. Coon. I know as I've been watching this, When I say hurt, they ain't know how far I can go with this fat and that fiction. I'm just putting the facts out there. Oh man, but that's that adult entertainment. Yeah, I get it. It's adult entertainment, and that's why we distrust of each other as adults, because we enforce ourselves with our music, and we don't control nothing in music. In fact, when I showed you how good of a black man product was, a lot of y'all sided with the well, I guess sided with the op. B2 Audio doesn't get the adoration and veneration he deserves, and he's the only African American car audio manufacturer of any merit. In fact, because our adult entertainment has us not even trusting each other. Y'all don't want to hear that part. Want me to tell that, man? That ain't that. Because you don't respect coming from me. But as long as I see it, showing out loud, speakers move, and this, that, another, you good with that. Anything responsible, conscious, oh, you ain't good with that. And those that speak and talk that, oh, you want to get them out the way as soon as possible. You don't even want to hear that. My own brother don't want to hear it. Stop crying. Until men, as a whole, are responsible in there and hold each other to a higher standard, we will continue to have instances that Tyreek Hill went through. It's possible reason. Yeah, if he would have been a white male, they probably wouldn't have did nothing. Took license registration, all that. It's possible, but it didn't happen. We gotta go by what happened. We can't go by what would have happened. We gotta go by what did happen. And what did happen, all the causes of why it happened. And then figure out, well, what part did you play? What part did we play? That's why I took my stance on the music. I can play music that could be more bassy and show y'all perform these drives. But at the same time, I be condoning the very lyrics. I say, nah, I ain't with none of that. That don't represent me. My niece and nephew over this weekend. Their father's absent in their life. The niece wants is asking me, and I'm doing it to be one of the prominent male figures in his life. He can grow up with Saya, his cousin. His father is out making more babies. He texts him, but on Labor Day he's with me. Should be with his father. On holidays he's over here. Should be with his father. Another man raised by a woman, not taking responsibility of his actions. Don't want to feel the pain. Don't want to go through nothing that's going to hurt. Anything that happens is always somebody else's fault. Never seeing their part in it. I got a part in why we are where we are today too. That's why I'm changing. I'm assuming responsibility for my actions. And yes, I wasn't a benefit to society. Definitely wasn't an asset to my community. Definitely wasn't an asset to my community. So now I'm careful what comes out my mouth and what I let go on this platform that God had given me. I'm very careful so I can turn the tide. I assume responsibility of my action sowing into the very thing I'm speaking against now. And ain't that many people going to agree with me because it's hard. In order for black men to get the to stop this, what y'all complain about, we got to clean them home first. We got to start respecting our women. We got to start raising these boys first. We got to kill that nigga word. Nah, we don't mean like that. That like somebody tell you, man, when I call you a bitch, that don't mean. We got to kill that. If we don't, things will continue. I don't want nobody to side with me. I just want you to think. I just want you to think. You ain't got to be in no movement. Yeah, the movement can start. Don't have no name, no titles on it. Somebody can take the head off. Just do what you're supposed to do. That's it. Getting your son's life. Respect that woman. Respect those who look like you. Don't support stuff that puts you in a bad image, in a bad light, especially when it's under the guise of entertainment. It's not entertainment. It's offensive. Then they don't isn't the statement fiction is steeped in reality. So as a business owner, what I'm a business owner right now, does that mean that I'm dishonest and I still speak about business from drug money? So reality fiction is not steeped in it ain't here. I want my son to watch nothing like that. I don't watch it. I don't support it. Nothing is not gonna put me in a good light. Me, this subset they got me existing in here in America, I'm gonna do nothing that's gonna put me in a bad light. One out of four black women will get married. It's the lowest in the country. One out of four, and it's not really one. It's point 0.9. She will get married. She will get a divorce. It's the lowest of all races here in America. All subsets, as I got to call them, not really races, subsets. That's reflected upon me and you. They don't respect us because you don't respect yourself. You're a player. You don't want nothing hard and challenging. You can't do what I'm doing right here. You can't stand out in the crowd in the opposite way. I'm gonna get a lot of rocks thrown at me. I care less. I ain't here to be liked, just respected. I know a couple of men that's in the same boat, married men, doing what needs to be done every day. We don't do it for no trophy. We don't do it for award, accolades, or attaboys. We do it because that's what we're supposed to do. And never plus me, us five, they stand behind me full wholeheartedly. We'll die for it. Our wives know. We put them before us. Our boys know. Girls know. So I had to say this. You know, sorry, Tyreek. I'm glad you didn't. I'm sorry you had to go through that. You did take a little bit too far. I agree with that. But what part are we playing in pushing the persona when you can't do that? Why we can't be viewed as responsible? But why we can't be treated with a measure of difference? Where does it start from? What are we pushing and accepting about ourselves from others like ourselves? And then you say, well, nah, what is it then? I'm saying I'm putting forth that's what it is. And you got a lot of these rated ones, man, a lot of these B103, 107.9, co-hosts, more hosts, Breakfast Club, All they push this. They get money. They successful. None of their kids go to private public schools. All their kids go to private. But they push the culture is gonna send yours to prison or jail. Their kids don't play where you play it. Their kids don't play where your real kids play it. Their kids ain't sheltered in it. Yeah, man, I love black people. I'm telling the struggle, but you don't live around black people. That's one thing I agree with Dr. Umar Johnson on about that. He loved black people. Walks around black people. Don't need security. For what? Why need security to get my own people for? You want protection from your people because you don't like because you don't like yourself. You don't like the image. But you keep listening to the same poison. And I'm pretty sure you're gonna get mad at me. I don't care less. Okay, I ain't here to be like. People tell you no, I ain't here to be like. I'm gonna continue to do what I do. I welcome all the time. I don't care nothing about that. Get out of pocket, probably gonna probably get out of pocket. I ain't gonna do nothing crazy. I'm gonna be responsible. I ain't gonna do nothing crazy. I'm gonna call 10 pounds right here in Douglasville. Gonna box your butt right on up. Yes. Cause if you don't know how to take constructive criticism, if you don't know how to exist as a man, they got a place for you. I'm gonna make sure I put you in place. Cause I'm gonna be there for mine. I'm gonna be there for my son. I ain't got that ego problem. I ain't with it. Just give y'all something to think about, man. Think on it. What part are you playing? What are you doing to change the image of black men? Or maybe the image of black men reflects you. It don't reflect me. I'm being productive, caring for my family, my home, and I ain't gonna let nobody or nothing take me away from that. I'm gonna do what's best for my family first. So I take my stands on the music. I take my stands on these images they put in the movies. I love that movie Ford. It's a great movie. I welcome y'all to go see it. That's what I'm talking about. That movie reflects me and my mindset. I'm here to change. When they see me coming, they see help coming. They don't see BS. They see change. They see help. I'm gonna clean up the house for my boys. That's my legacy. So that's just my thoughts. Really ain't with daily it was just my daily thoughts. What I'm thinking about today. What I'm thinking about as a black man in America. Watch it at your leisure. Peace.